Policing in the 21st century is a relentless battle against violence, drugs, hellraisers, and organised crime. And it's not just our inner city cops who are in the firing line.
You're nicked as well.
Tonight on Brit Cops Frontline Crime, crack police squads in the thick of it. Confronting drunks.
You gonna throw it? Go on. Keep going, fella. There's a good chap.
Drug dealers.
You can see the cannabis herbal there, which is the largest bag that we have.
And the cruel sea. Union Street, the centre of Plymouth's nightlife. Like many of Britain's cities, it's no stranger to binge drinking and punch-ups. And at weekends, Devon and Cornwall's police try to keep a lid on booze-fueled violence. With around 30 bars and clubs on this street alone, there's bound to be trouble.
You wanna come in, dear? Fuck you.
Next mate.
Tonight, it's packed and facing the front line are PC's Adam Crabtree and Chris Chilcott of TPT, the tactical policing team. They've been called in as backup after a fight outside a bar.
What's happened?
This one, he's the offender, this one's the offender.
We're just detaining it for the time being.
Some men are already in cuffs and one has taken a bashing.
For the time being, I'm detaining you. I don't know what's happened yet, but I've seen you being an idiot.
It's not clear who pulled the first punch, and with no witnesses willing to come forward, PC Crabtree only has one side of the story.
I've got attack coming out there.
Who by?
But, well, a load of fucking boys.
Relax, mate.
What do you mean, relax? You fucking twisting my
I'm not
arm.
twisting them.
I'm calm down, fucking calm. I am Mr. Calm.
No, you're not very calm to me, mate.
Down there for no reason.
We're going to put you in the rear of this van, mate. Stay where you are and stop moving around, will you?
I ain't fucking moving, am I? Much to your disappointment, you fucking freak.
Mr. Calm is not doing himself any favours.
Yeah, all right. Right, get in the van. Stop being an idiot. Watch your head. Watch your
Are you
head.
trying to smack my head here?
Watch your head. Stop tensing up. Stop. Relax.
You're
Put your
smacking
head
my
in the
head
van.
here?
Well, I'm asking you nicely.
Dickhead.
Put your head down and get in the van.
All the men were held in custody overnight. If found guilty of a fray, they could have faced up to 6 months each. But with no hard evidence, no one was charged. This is all in a night's work for TPT, who often get called in to support local police on public order operations. The war on drugs isn't only being fought in Britain's inner cities. Even sleepy coastal towns like Dawlish can't escape the scourge of dealers and users. The Police's Tactical Aid Group, TAG for short, are a highly trained crack squad specialising in rapid entry. They're gearing up to search a suspected drugs factory, and they're expecting the dealers to put up a fight. There could be dangerous dogs inside, so fire extinguishers are at the ready in case one attacks. The TAG are hardcore cops who are used to dealing with Devon and Cornwall's major crimes.
Let's go!
Luckily, the dog isn't a threat, and neither are the human occupants, 2 men, but a third suspect is missing.
How many got up here? Anyone up here? I've got a warrant to search this address, okay? I'll show you the warrant in a minute. Who else should be here? Okay. 3 of you?
Yeah.
Okay. He said there should be 3. How many got downstairs? Just 1, was it? 1.
Still in shock after the heavy knock on the door, the 2 are willing to cooperate.
It's quite a big house. There's 2 persons present. No one offered any violence.
The main suspect isn't at home, and the team ditch the heavy armour and get stuck into the search. In Plymouth, the Tactical Policing Team, or TPT, are starting their shift. They work hard to reduce two of the city's biggest headaches, drugs and prostitution. Like most port cities, Plymouth's got plenty of both, and team leader Sergeant Dan Ivey knows they often go hand in hand.
The aim of today is to build up the intelligence picture, to utilise us as a stop car and targeting sex workers, curb crawlers and their associates.
Sergeant Dan Ivey and colleague PC Steve Brooks are the visible part of the operation. Hidden away are several undercover surveillance units, unseen by anyone.
There they are, two of our customers. We get cold dressed like that. We get cold dressed like that later on.
I'm very cold.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm alright, you?
I'll be better off at 2 when I've gone home.
Hey?
I'll be better at 2 when I've gone home.
What, 2 in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm me.
Are you alright?
3 on-street cautions are needed before an arrest is made for prostitution. But today the officers are just moving the girls on.
How long have you been working down here?
Me, 12 years, why?
Yeah. Stay up in Sorry Street, yeah, for a minute?
Right, but I thought we wouldn't know from there onwards from...
That's Sorry Street, this is Martin Street. Take yourself up in the corner, yeah? Good.
These two cops have an understanding with the street girls who sometimes pass on names of dodgy customers. The police are more interested in clamping down on pimps and local drug barons.
Because of the work that we do, which is generally in drugs enforcement, we do drugs busts quite frequently. They're present in the houses midweek when we do the bust, so they get to know our faces. But like everything, like everybody, if you treat them with dignity and respect, you get the same in return. So we try and build up a good relationship with them.
In Dawlish, TAG are wrapping up the search after their own drugs bust. The one thing they haven't found is their key suspect, so it's left to the 2 people found in the house to take the rap.
Found this. This is exhibit VHH1. It's a bag of dried cannabis. Whose is it?
That's not mine. I've never seen that, ever. And that. I said nothing.
One of them claims to know nothing about a massive bag of drugs the police have found in the kitchen.
As it stands, it sounds like the chap who's grown it isn't here at the minute, so we're going to put a phone call in to see if we can get him to the property. And there's also some hydroponic equipment, which is lighting, fans, water, things to enhance the growth of the cannabis plant, and we're going to seize them as well.
Sergeant Tony Willis calls the main suspect on his mobile to see if he'll hand himself in. He agrees. And for now, the drug paraphernalia found in the house is confiscated.
We found a number of items, mainly cannabis. You can see the cannabis herbal there. We've got mobile phones, money, all this to get taken back to the police station now and put in the store until questioning, until the suspect hands himself in tomorrow.
Coming up, a curb crawler helps Sergeant Dan Ivey with his inquiries.
What service did you get provided with for 20 quid?
Mate.
Right, okay.
An 18-year-old has a birthday to remember.
How much you had to drink? You gonna throw it? Go on. There's a good chap.
And a boy racer runs into trouble.
Can you shift your car, mate?
You're making me look like a dick right in front of the fucking camera. I'm not impressed, mate, to be honest with you.
Right, step out of that car now.
In Plymouth's war on crime, the first line of defence is often the officers of South Central Patrol. When someone shouts for the police, they answer the call. Driving the rapid response car today are PC's Rob Byers and Anna Hunkin.
There's a report coming by the CCTV that there's a fire down on one of the old derelict buildings down on Mill Bay Docks. We're only a couple of minutes away, we're only about 60 seconds away now. You shift your cars,
When they
please.
arrive, the fire service are already on the scene to tackle the blaze.
Shift your cars, please.
Apparently the local kids there have seen an elderly man come out of the building and walk away, and then obviously they've seen the flames. So at this stage we don't know if someone's still inside. Obviously we've relayed that to the fire brigade and they're going to go in there and check.
A gang of youths and their cars are in the area, and PC Hunkin needs witnesses.
Were you here before it started? Or?
No, I came in and seeing it straight away.
Right, Okay, so you saw the male, what, go into the building?
Yeah, go in and come out as well.
What was the description of him? Was he a white male?
Yeah, he's a tramp.
How old did you say he was?
Late.
Brilliant, thanks a lot.
There could be toxic materials in the building, and in case the warehouse turns into a fireball, the area needs to be evacuated.
So you can park over there if you want to stay in the area, but we just need to get you out of the car park.
Just go straight down and follow that red one, mate.
There's a little drop curb there, just gently go over it so obviously you don't damage your car, all right?
But some people are less willing to cooperate.
Can you shift your car, mate?
Pardon?
Can you shift your car? Do you mind?
You can ask mate in the Civic to shift his, and he's parked just like I am.
I'm asking you to politely move your car. All right, I'm being more than polite to you. Just move your car.
What about all these people in the middle of the road right in front of me, mate? They're flashing at me. You're making me look like a dick right in front of the fucking camera. I'm not impressed, mate, to be honest with you.
Right, don't start this car and do not move. Step out of that car now.
What's mate doing that camera?
Right.
I'm not being spoken to like a piece of shit just because he's got a badge on him. Don't mean he's any better than me.
I'm not speaking to anyone like a piece of shit. You're the one
yeah, you are, mate.
swearing
You come
at
over
me.
to me, giving me the big spots when
I
all
just
these
asked you
people
to
in the
move
middle
your
of the road
car.
look. What's the difference between me and
Because you're
you?
opposite a junction where there's fire engines trying to get in and out because the building's on fire.
Mate, I haven't seen anything come in here for the last 20 minutes.
All right, so I'm asking you to politely move it just in case you need to get in and out.
But what, are you going to go and tell all those people down there now?
Maybe I will in a minute. That's
All right,
nothing to do
then.
with you. You're the one obstructing the road.
Obstructing the road?
Yep.
Mate, you swing about...
I'm not your
swing
mate.
coach and I'm not doing...
If the boy racer wanted to argue the toss, he's picked the wrong cop. PC Buyers is now ready to pounce on even the most minor offence.
You're now parked on double yellow line, so you'll have to shift it.
Oh, you're a fucking right now.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking you to move your car. Try and be polite to people, that's what you get.
On the other side of town, Sergeant Dan Ivey and PC Brooks are still patrolling the red light district, looking for trouble.
The reason this whole operation has come about is because prostitution and drugs attracts violence.
They've had a tip-off from one of the undercover units that a drug deal could be going down with 2 prostitutes and a suspected pimp.
They've just stopped at a pub. The 2 girls have just been picked up by a car which has driven them to a pub. The girls have gone into the pub, come out and are about to get back into the car again, so we're going to wait till it moves off and then stop and speak to the driver. Right, it's moving off, back down Octagon Street. In fact, there I can see it, it's down there. Coming off round this way.
Thank you, Johnny. We'll try and cut them off.
To catch them in the act, Sergeant Dan Ivey needs to put his foot down.
What we've got to be careful for is that they don't dispose of any Class A drugs that they might have just picked up.
When Sergeant Ivey gets to the car, he sees a familiar face, the sex worker he was joking with at the start of his shift. Now, she's a suspect.
Right.
Right, yeah, how you doing?
How do you know this chap?
It's my ex.
What was going on in the pub? Because you went in there for a short time, didn't you?
Yeah, I
came
went on a
out.
binge, didn't I? That's all.
What do you mean?
Drink binge. That's all, mate. Honestly, straight down. That's all I've done. Went on and drinking me sorrows, wasn't I?
Right.
Not doing it no more. Trying to get me act together now, mate.
Right.
Got it or not?
Okay.
All right?
With no drugs on the scene, Sergeant Ivey decides to check the driver's details and finds evidence of another crime. He's got no car insurance.
When did you take out the insurance?
Thursday.
Right. It's only Saturday, isn't it?
The driver claims it's in the post and gets the benefit of the doubt. He's got 7 days to produce it at the cop shop.
We have got a power to seize the car, but if we did that and he then produces a valid certificate of insurance, then we, the police, or the taxpayer more to the point, would foot the bill. So rather than that happen, we're going to write him out a ticket. With regards to the girls, we'll be meeting them again later on. In the front seat, she alleges that she's an alcoholic, and so she nipped into the pub to down a few shots of vodka, and I actually believe I haven't smelt her breath. So, and that's quite common for them to be alcoholics as well as drug addicts. So.
The cops draw a blank on any drug deal, although the driver's details are now on the police database. As night closes in, the warehouse fire is under control. But there's a heated argument going on with the boy racer.
What did I say that was wrong?
You come over, grab my car, look at all these cars, mate. Look at all these cars. Turn around and look at these cars. No, because you're on a power trip, mate, and I was parked opposite you, so you thought you'd give it a big spuds in front of you, mate.
It's just a polite request for you to move. Or do you want me to go over your car with a fine-tooth comb and find everything wrong with it? And
go through it, mate, go through it, because there's nothing wrong with it. Have a go. Help yourself,
right,
mate.
I will.
PC Byers tries to keep his cool, but this guy's spoiling for a fight, and now he's got one.
Can you open your bonnet, please? Well, there's a water bolt for a start, there's a battery, and I need to examine it, please. Don't swear again, or you'll be reported for the offence of public order. Have you got a thing to hold it up?
Hey? While you're there, can you just give it a service if that's right?
That's empty, that's an offence. The battery's loose, that's an offence. It is, they're all offences.
What started as a routine request is now heading for court.
Well, none of this would be happening if you hadn't cheat me. OK? Get your defects affected. Cheerio.
The driver's attempts at impressing his mates have backfired badly.
Love if someone's in the post, section 5.
With clubs, pubs and bars running the length of Plymouth's longest road, Union Street, it's the place to down a few drinks.
Come here. Hey. Calm down, fella, calm down.
PC Tim Derrick and the fittingly named PC Leon Beer are about to encounter a teenager who's downed more than just a few.
Apparently there's a male around the back at the club. He's unconscious. He's vomited. I'm just going to ring up and get an ambulance and ascertain any details.
Does anybody know him? Does anybody know him?
I don't. He just turned 18 today.
Right.
Yeah, just too much.
Is he pissed, is he?
Yeah, he's pissed.
Okay. All right, do me a favour, mate. Just if you move to one side. Right, listen to me, fella. Sit up for me. How much you had to drink?
A lot.
Right, have you got any injuries anywhere? What, you fell over and banged your head, have you?
Diabetes or anything like
Right, okay.
I've spoken to him and asked him.
There's an ambulance on the way for you, okay? Injuries anywhere.
The police always take head injuries seriously, especially when the victim's drifting in and out of consciousness.
Where does it hurt? Whereabouts? Show me where.
Just here, man.
Right, okay.
But PC Derrick's not sure if his sorry state is due to concussion, too much drink, or something else altogether.
All right, how are you feeling now?
Not too good.
Feel awful, dear?
Yeah.
Is that all through drink?
I think so.
Have you taken anything else?
No.
Right, okay. Right, 18th birthday today?
Yeah.
Had a good time?
I've had a wonderful time.
You're not going to forget this one, are you?
No.
You feeling all right? You going to throw it? Right, lean over. Right, lie down. There you go, mate. On the floor. Go on. Keep going, fella. There's a good chap. Get it out. You got any more?
These cops have seen it all before and are more than happy to hand the birthday boy over to the paramedics.
He's been sort of drifting in and out, but I think that's more alcohol rather than anything else. And it's his 18th birthday today.
Careful, he is covered in vom.
Yeah, man.
Right, mate. You had a good birthday then, have you?
Yeah, man.
Birthday badges on it.
18th today.
What a way to welcome in your 18th birthday.
Pump his stomach for him. And remember, won't forget that on his 18th, will he? But thank you very much anyway, it's been ideal. All right, cheers guys.
It's a steep learning curve, unfortunately, and the best present I'll have tomorrow is a banging headache.
In the nearby red light district, Sergeant Dan Ivey and PC Steve Brooks are on the trail of a curb crawler.
We've got a car that's been seen by the unmarked police car to drop off a known prostitute, and so we're just trying to catch up, trying to make some ground on that vehicle. Evening.
The suspect claims he was picking up a friend.
What's this friend of yours called then? So what?
A likely story.
Do you know the name of the female that was dropped off with her?
Yeah.
A quick radio check confirms Sergeant Ivey's suspicions. The woman was no friend, and she wasn't called Sarah.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll come clean with you, and I would hope that you'll have the decency and the common sense to come clean with us. We've got a number of plainclothes police officers who are doing some surveillance in the Mill Bay area, and you've been seen to drop off a known prostitute. and the name of that known prostitute is not the name that you've just given us. So perhaps I can ask the question again. I know my colleagues asked it. What's been going on?
No, I'll just give her a lift, mate.
There are several ways that we can proceed from here, and so I'd like to think that... Well, I just need you to be honest with me. We're not talking about prosecutions here at the moment.
We're not, no.
What I need from you is a bit of honesty. What we're doing at the moment is trying to build up the intelligence of activity in Mill Bay, which includes prostitution and drug use.
So it don't involve people getting took to the police station?
No.
All right, mate.
So perhaps you could come clean with us and tell us exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'll come clean, mate.
Right.
What do you want me to say? Yeah.
Well, you tell us the truth. It's easy, isn't it?
I'll just pick her up, mate.
With the threat of arrest out the window, the suspect gets it off his chest and shares a few sordid details.
Right, OK, where did you go?
Where did I go? There.
What, over here?
Yeah.
Right, OK. How much did you pay?
20 quid.
Right, I know this might be a bit embarrassing for you, but it could be even more embarrassing if we dealt with this formally. But what service did you get provided with for 20 quid?
An hand one, mate.
Right, OK.
Yeah, is that all right?
That's fine. That's all the detail that we need for today. What is going to happen is that this vehicle's registration number and your details will be added to a police database. That's not a national database, that's one that we hold locally in Plymouth. And if we see your vehicle or you and in the same circumstances, then we'll be taking formal action over it. Listen, thanks for your time. And there you go.
Caught with his trousers down, or almost, this guy is now on the police radar, and the information they've picked up helps the cops in their battle against drug crime.
For the purposes of the operation, the beat manager will be interested in what the going rate is, which equates to, in his words, a hand job, 20 quid, and that'll be worth for the working girl a bag of heroin, because that's about the going rate for Plymouth at the moment. So there you go.
Coming up, cops are exposed to a family feud.
Behave.
And a drugs bust by the seaside.
Keep going!
The Marine Counter-Terrorism Unit handles any police business on, near, or under Devon and Cornwall's 550 miles of coastline. They're often seen patrolling Plymouth's massive harbour in their 25-foot inflatable boat, and with a top speed of over 50 miles an hour, it can outrun anything on water. But today, it's escorting a slow-moving target from Spain as part of a high-visibility operation. A ferry from Santander. Half the team are stepping onto dry land to work with customs and immigration officers. The rest are at sea to guide in the 41,000-ton Ponta Vane. Swapping his wetsuit for a hard hat is PC Harry Lloyd.
This morning is a day of action for the force, Operation Everest. Basically our role here today with our unit of the Marine officers is to search the freight that arrives off the ferry from Santander. We're specifically looking for illegal immigrants, any sort of terrorist activity. We're here as a deterrent and to give the public support and reassurance.
Around 600 freight lorries arrive in Plymouth each month.
Where'd it go?
and the team are experts in the art of finding things that criminals want to hide. They'll search every nook and cranny of these trucks to make sure there's nobody on board but the driver.
I'm looking for insecure lockers, really.
Oh, well,
if they didn't have a key to them, then you should be okay. Yeah. Okay.
Illegal immigrants are the prime target. Stowaways can hide in the tiniest gaps, but the police have the kit to dig them out without even looking.
Okay, what this thing does is checks the amount of CO2 in here. If you've got a person being stowed away in there, you'd estimate to get a reading between 300 and 400, but as you can see, we're getting 20, so hoping it's just the freight that's in there, nothing else.
Many of the lorry drivers don't speak English, but luckily PC Harry Lloyd's years in the Navy are giving him the chance to show off his Spanish.
Buenos días. Gracias. In a minute, sir. Un momento. Pasaporte. Hola.
Hola.
Gracias. Hasta luego. Adios. A lot of the drivers are well versed to it anyway. But it's a routine, it sends out a good message, I think.
In rural North Devon, the calm of a small town is about to be shattered. A covert squad of police enforcers are on a drug raid. To protect their sensitive work, we've concealed their identities. A metal baton known as a hoolie bar will make mincemeat of the door. Although entry is fast and furious, the officers still have to avoid the sharp shards of glass.
Top left, top left, top left! Keep going, keep going! Move back, move back! Move back! Move back! Move back!
Once the house is secure, everything is methodically photographed for evidence. The team must prove they used the right force necessary, and the lead officer is happy their high-impact entry was justified.
Only one person in the address, and he came forward, but we had to, I had to bundle him back towards the kitchen, because if we got snarled up in the hallway, we'd all just be on top of each other, and then we could lose evidence if there's other people in there.
The way is cleared to send in the dogs. They'll quickly sniff out anything that shouldn't be there.
Subsequent search of the property, we got some a lot of drugs, paraphernalia, some money, and a small amount of cocaine, what we believe to be cocaine. So yeah, all in all, a very good job, and I think the staff in North Devon are quite pleased that we've come up to do a job for them.
A 40-year-old man was later cautioned for possession of cocaine. In Plymouth, PC's Byers and Hunkin from South Central Patrol are responding to another emergency call-out. The police have been tipped off that a woman has kidnapped her own sister.
Hello? Hello? Hello, how are you? All right? Would you mind letting us in, just for a quick chat? Thanks very much.
Can we just have a chat with your sister?
She's not here, she left with her boyfriend. She's gone back to Swilly. You
She's
can
gone
check
back
if
to-
you want.
Yeah,
Do you
can we have a
mind?
look?
Yeah.
No, you can check.
Thanks.
The alleged kidnapper is already well known to the police. She's got a reputation for attention-seeking.
Hello guys, we're just looking for sister. Your mum's trying to get hold of her basically. So is there any...
She is an adult.
Yeah, I know that. Your mum's just
You can check
concerned
my
about...
room if you want. I've got my keys tomorrow.
Have you? Do you mind? Is that all right?
But then the alleged kidnap victim mysteriously appears.
What's going on? Oh, there you are. The police are looking. Where's my phone? Can I have my phone? Yeah, yeah, the police.
So this is...
Yeah.
So you've lied to me?
No, I don't know. It's just yeah. Where's your boyfriend?
No, I'm here. He's in there. Right. Can I have a chat with you if that's all right?
Yeah.
Alone?
You want to explain to the police that you're an
Is that all right if I
adult?
can have a chat with you?
Yeah.
Right, brilliant.
PC Anna Hunkin tries to have a quiet word to find out the real story.
The only reason why I'm here is that your
It's 'cause
mum's
my mum-
phoned because she's
Yeah.
concerned about you, all right? Now,
I was all right.
Okay. Do you want to stay here or are you wanting to go? You're 18, so you can do what you
I
want.
sort of wanted to stay here because I was like talking to my boyfriend and just
Right.
having a laugh.
Right.
But I ain't got no money to get home tomorrow.
The suspect has lied to the cops, and now it's all one big game to her.
I don't know how
Melissa,
I'm going
I'm
to get
talking
home
to your
now.
sister like I've asked.
I don't want to get in trouble. I just don't know how
No,
I'm
you're not
gonna
in
get
trouble,
home.
but let me just ring your mum. Can
No.
you leave, please? Because I need to speak. Right, Emma, can you stand outside with me? Can you listen? Can you hear me? Behave. Pack it in.
But all this commotion is making it difficult for PC Hunkin to speak to the girl's mother on the phone.
Well, obviously she is 18 years old. We can't be bringing her back. Right, she wants to come home. If you can get in a taxi and get to here, then that's fine. We'll come with you. She's already told me that.
As the alleged victim is legally an adult, she's free to do what she wants. There's no kidnap here, just a few over-emotional and overexposed people seeking attention.
If we can have a quick chat, then we'll be out of your hair then.
Yeah, you go then.
PC Hunkin finally gets the girl alone and explains the situation.
I've spoken to your mum. She's worried. She wants you to come home. You're 18 years old, you're an adult, you can do what you
I
want.
should be able to.
If you call a taxi and you get in it, she will pay for it when it gets to your home address.
Although this has turned out to be a waste of police time, a call about a kidnap has to be taken seriously. There's nothing the police can do except leave the family to sort it out amongst themselves. Coming up, the divers of Tag hunt for buried treasure.
If we need to excavate it to recover it to ascertain what it is, so be it.
In February, quite a few £1 million worth of cocaine have been found in bales.
And officers go in hard on a drugs raid.
Any misunderstanding, if you do kick off, you'll be put down onto the floor and re-handcuffed, all right?
The Tactical Aid Group of the Devon and Cornwall Police Force are on their way to investigate a drugs tip-off. 3 local men on a pleasure dive think they've come across large quantities of drugs hidden on the seabed in a cove once famous for piracy. Tag's acting sergeant, Jason Williams, is shown photos which suggest it could be a huge shipment of drugs worth more than its weight in gold.
Loads of it. And when you go down it, it's quite a weird thing when you see it. It's all like obviously ripping up, and you can see it's really deep buried. So God knows. We've had some packages in the past washed up that have proved to be illegal drugs, and that's what we're doing here, making sure that there isn't a large amount of illegal drugs just off the coast. I mean, basically, this is one of the team here. You can see the blue plastic underwater. Again, you can see in this one here the blue plastic with the sort of sacking edge in here, partly buried in the sand. In February, there were bales of drugs found on the beaches, particularly around Kynance Cove, and quite a few, few £1 million worth of cocaine have been found in bales. We're getting the boats coming round, and we'll be conducting a diving operation off the boat to locate the packages and investigate and see what they are.
70 miles away, the covert squad of police drug enforcers is preparing for another fast entry. To help, they've brought their own Enforcer, a battering ram that opens doors faster than any key.
Shush your hands now! Shush your hands! Shush your hands now! Get your hands down!
When it comes to drugs, the Tactical Aid Group mean business.
You may have guessed we're executing a warrant. We intend to search every individual in here. Right, the warrant's for the under the Misuse of Drugs Act.
The property will be searched from top to bottom, and so will the suspects.
I'm going to release your cuffs, okay? When I do, you're going to get an instruction, okay, on where to put your hand in your arm, all right? From then on, you'll listen and do exactly what my colleague says. Clear? Okay. Any misunderstanding or any confusion in that, just so there's no, misunderstanding, if you do kick off, you'll be put down onto the floor and re-handcuffed, all right? Good. Okay, arms up for me and turn around.
Tongue up, to the left, to the right.
Superb.
2 occupants are found to be clean and quickly released, but during their close encounter with the third man, the police discover he's already known to the authorities. In fact, he's very well known. He's wearing an electronic tag.
Okay, you take either sock off, whichever one you want to do first. Lift your foot up like a horse.
Good man, and now pull your toes apart.
This, I'm on tag
Right, hang
as
on.
well. I'm on tag.
Oh, you're on a tag,
Yeah.
yeah?
How long you got to wear that for?
Only another 4 weeks.
Oh, that's fine, ideal. Okay, you're next going to take your t-shirt off, turn it inside out nice and gently, and you're going to pass that to me as well.
Okay, arms up, turn around. Turn around,
Keep spinning
turn
there.
around.
Sorry. That's it, lovely. Keep going, keep going, keep going, stand up straight.
Good man, right, that'll do. Appreciate that.
The body search proves negative, but the rest of the crack team come up trumps.
As a result of the search, controlled substances have been found and the individual has been arrested for possession. There's been 4 seizures in total. So he's been arrested now and he's going to be conveyed to Charles Cross Custody Suite where he'll be interviewed and processed.
On the coast, the divers are about to search for drugs on the seabed.
It's one of the most scenic dive spots I've ever been on, I think, really. It's I've just seen some photos that have been taken in the area yesterday or the day before, and it's almost Caribbean-esque.
As with any major diving operation, the team will video the investigation.
If the diver can actually ascertain what it is while it's in the water, great. If we need to excavate it to recover it to ascertain what it is, so be it. In neutral.
Better check for leaks?
Yes, please. Comms check. We're both divers in the water.
PC Tony Thurgold finds the packages under a marker left by the amateur divers, but he's not sure how many bundles there could be.
Yeah, understood. I'll let him know. He's digging. It's turned to nil vis now.
The dig churns up a huge amount of debris, reducing visibility to 0. These nil-vis conditions make it almost impossible to see. But the divers never lose their sense of humour. PC Tony Thurgold signals the end of the search in his own unique style.
Hey, whoa, Excalibur. 2, 3.
We'll de-kitchen and let him give us a brief.
It's not like a package bundle, it's just entwined crap.
The blue plastic and the stuff is connected because it's all together and it's the same over there. I have brought back a little stamp out. The blue plastic looks shredded, however when you actually look at it, it's all straight edged. So it is, what it is a wraparound. It's not Hessian, it's felt. So what it is, it's rolls of felt wrapped up in that, and that's it.
It doesn't appear to be any illicit substance, i.e. drugs that we thought it might be. It's obviously washed overboard or been dumped.
No drugs this time, but the team are very quickly over their disappointment.
If you bring your pupils here for a quick lesson, fantastic. He's got the little gullies and you think, wow, absolutely stunning.
I'm glad you had a nice dive.
Yeah, thanks.
Any other suspicious packages, don't hesitate.
Sorry, no, I'm sorry. It was good intent from the people that rang us, and up until we actually investigated, the potential was there for them to be illicit drugs and contraband. So yeah, it was a good job.
Coming up soon on Brit Cops Frontline Crime, the new police action series exclusive to Bravo. Meet Britain's hardest SWAT teams on the trail of drugs and violence. The real Sweeney comes to London with the tough-talking, no-nonsense coppers from the Met. And Frontline Police deal with hardcore crime in Wales. Bravo's cameras capture all the action as these cops catch the criminals. London's Metropolitan Police have a reputation for being among the toughest cops in the country. And the cops in Hammersmith and Fulham are no exception. Their West London patch is a battleground for a war on crime, and they're winning. Their zero-tolerance approach
Not playing up and you're going straight back on the floor.
has left drug dealers, robbers, and street gangs with nowhere to hide.
They don't rule the streets, we do.
Foxtrot Tail 315, male detained.
Coming up, police come down hard on the drunk and disorderly. The thin blue line in the thick of it had a Chelsea versus West Ham derby.
Do you understand? You don't do things like that. You don't get it verbal. You keep it still.
And a family row that involves a gypsy king and a neo-riot on a local estate. The police control room has just taken a 999 call about an attempted carjacking and a violent attack on 3 members of a Polish family. PC's Dave Smythe and Ken Ford of Hammersmith and Fulham's elite robbery squad immediately respond.
The call we've had is stating that a guy in his car on the A40 has been attacked with baseball bats and someone's tried to actually take property off him. So, I mean, it's not often that you get like 4 guys jump out and attack a car with baseball bats unless there's some previous history. So we're going to go and find out what exactly's gone on.
Arriving at the family's house, the first thing they see is damage on the car.
Hello there. Can we go and sit down and have a chat somewhere?
It also looks like one of the men has a head injury.
You're holding your head? Yeah. Were you involved in the incident? Yeah. Can you come out here as well and have a chat?
First impressions are that this family has been a victim of a vicious attack.
We see people just coming up to the car, banging the car, give us the car, get out of the car. You know, like police bats they got.
Police bats?
Yeah, like police bat.
No. What, like this?
No, not that one. The other one, the big one.
The big black ones?
Yeah, the big black one.
Oh, they had acrylic battens.
According to the alleged victims, the attackers had other weapons. The man claims he was attacked with a spade like this.
Right. They were trying to break into the windows. Give us a car, give us a car.
At the front of the house, the men show the officers how their car was supposedly attacked.
Banging.
Okay, yeah.
You guys start horning,
yeah.
And the man moved,
So there was just 2 guys, in just throughout the whole attack?
Yeah.
And one of them definitely put their hand around about there somewhere?
Believing that this has been an attempted robbery, a SOCO, a scenes of crime officer, has been requested to take fingerprints from the car. Last year, over 30,000 robberies were committed in the Metropolitan Police area. The dedicated teams of Hammersmith and Fulham's robbery squad leave no stone unturned in trying to bring down this number. Back at the house, PC Ken Ford is worried that this incident could be about some sort of vendetta.
Is there any sort of like disagreements you had back in Poland that have followed you?
But as PC Ford is building up a profile of the alleged attackers, one of the men suddenly sees something out of the window. Unbelievably, it's the suspects.
F8 from 643, can we have more units to Crestfield Close, please? We've got the suspects have just turned up.
Outside, it's chaos, and this seemingly ordinary investigation has now turned into an explosive situation.
Hello, gentlemen. What's going on here? What's happened here? Hey! What's happened here? What's happened here? Police! Police!
Confronting the men, PC Ford has noticed that one of them seems to be hiding something under his shirt.
What's this?
And the family who'd claimed they'd been attacked rush out to join the ruck.
All units here now, please, on the hurry up.
One man has slipped past the 2 PCs and has rushed the family with something in his hand. With their backs against the wall, outnumbered by more than 6 to 1, the two officers have not only to drive the attackers back, but also keep the family from getting into the fight as well. Finally, they manage to put some space between the two groups, but the family still wants to get into the action. Other police units are now rushing in to take a grip on the situation.
This right here, all need nicking for a fray now. Fray? You're under arrest for a fray.
But even while the arrests are going on, some men still want to get at each other.
You, come here now! Come here!
It's an arrest fest, and with more units streaming in, PC's Ford and Smythe seem to have averted a major incident.
You're nicked for a fray. He needs to be nicked for a fray. This fella here had an offensive weapon. He had a crowbar on him. He's just got rid of it. You're nicked as well. Yeah, he needs nicking for a fray. I've nicked him. I just need your cuffs. It doesn't matter what you had.
With backup arriving from all over the borough, the family who said they'd been the victims still seem intent on winding things up.
You, come here! Come here! Right, go inside. Take your family in the house. Take your family. I need to word. No, I'm chatting with him. Go inside. Go inside now. You, stop winding things up.
At last, the situation has been diffused, but the attackers don't seem to know what they've done wrong.
I don't know where you think you are. You don't come down here and start trouble on these streets. Do you understand? So I don't know how many we've got next, so I'm sorry. They're all in for a fray.
Like some sort of organised outing, the men are sorted and put into various cars and vans.
3, 4, 5. It's not my favours. Right, mate. Mate, I'm sorry, I'm not having that. You're involved.
With the arrested men in the police vans, the search for any weapons begins.
Someone attacked you with a knife? No, must have thrown it away somewhere.
What started as an investigation into a supposed carjacking has now turned into a full-blown family feud that traces its origins all the way back to Poland.
I just found this out from the Polish interpreter that I was dealing with that night. And she was telling us that they were actually Polish gypsies and that they were having a long-running family feud. There's been a dispute between a married couple within the family. We haven't really quite got to the bottom of actually what the dispute is because they won't tell us. She was telling us that what they do, they'd gone to the Polish gypsy king because apparently there is a gypsy king in Poland and they have to ring him up when they have any problems or disputes like this. And I had to tell them that unfortunately, you know, the gypsy king hasn't got jurisdiction over here and that you've all committed offences on the Queen streets.
I've arrested all of them. I've arrested all of them.
Coming up, the suspect who speaks nothing but double Dutch.
And you're related to the occupant of this property. You're not sure what her first name is, and you don't have her telephone number.
You normally go into the window, do you, when you visit your cousin?
And the thin blue line is pushed to the limit in a local derby between Chelsea and West Ham.
You don't do things like that. You don't get verbal. You keep it stuck.
With almost 200,000 residents, the West London borough of Hammersmith and Fulham is one of the most densely populated inner-city areas in the country. But on certain days, an extra 50,000 can come storming into the area.
This borough is unique in that we've got 3 big football clubs, Chelsea, Fulham and QPR. So we have to take a lot of our officers off to deal with that. Thankfully, football violence is almost a thing of the past compared to what it once was. That said, when people get drunk and they get passionate, they can sometimes get silly, and then we end up with some really nasty incidents.
At the early morning briefing, Chief Inspector Paul Switzer goes through the plan for Chelsea versus West Ham.
As with a lot of these games, a lot of intelligence comes in, and we have had from the past where they may go and where they may play up and may perform. Parsons Green, Putney Bridge, and that's where West Ham fans have popped out.
Heading up today's task force is Chief Inspector Keith Overstall.
Today's game's Chelsea-West Ham. Obviously it's London derby. Traditionally it's always been quite high profile. There has been trouble in the past. But in essence, we've got 42,000 people. 3,000 of them are visiting fans from West Ham. The vast majority of supporters want a safe journey here, enjoy the game. But unfortunately, certainly with some clubs, there will be a minority of people who are looking at an opportunity to engage in disorder.
It's an hour before kick-off and the tension is beginning to build. Many of the fans arrive early to rack up the atmosphere and to down a couple of pints. Right opposite the Chelsea main gate is a pub which is a favourite drinking place for the home fans. It's where any visiting supporters will have to pass. With a heady cocktail of alcohol and adrenaline, if anything is going to kick off, this could be a flashpoint. Right on cue, hundreds of West Ham faithful are making their way past the pub.
A group of 400 West Ham fans at the top there, but they're not expecting them to walk down in ones and twos, they're expecting them to come down en masse.
So far, the fans seem happy to just hurl chants at each other. But to stop them hurling anything else, specially trained officers called spotters are ready to identify the known troublemakers.
We've got spotters that are out from West Ham and our local station, and they know the faces, they know the people, they know the sort of issues that relate to risk supporters. So they're visiting pubs, locations where supporters are gathering.
As the West Ham fans near the entrance, the volume of chanting increases. With only minutes before kick-off, the tension between the fans has reached boiling point. A wall of police keep the Chelsea fans in the pub and allow the West Ham fans to get into the ground. But there is always someone that slips the net.
I've just had 2 complaints from 2 members of the public about your behaviour, that you were behaving aggressive towards them.
Rather than arrest the man, they issue him with a banning order, which means he's got to get out of the area and stay out, or he'll be taking a trip down to the station.
You're going home, all right? Yeah. You've obviously played your luck too much today, haven't you? And I think you've been more than lucky not getting nicked, pal. All right.
As the game gets underway, all the police can do now is brace themselves for the final whistle. Far from the crowds, on the other side of the borough, robbery squad officers have responded to a 999 call. Witnesses say they've seen a man climbing into a flat through a window.
Is anyone in the address?
No, no one's said about my cousin. I'm coming in the house.
So no one's in the address?
No one's said about.
So how did you get in?
Through the window.
Through the window?
Yes.
You climbed through the window?
Yes, this is the truth.
The man is claiming that he's gone into the flat to get his mobile phone.
How can we establish your side of the story? How can we prove that what you're saying is true?
Prove it. My granny's not in. I don't know where is she right now.
So you're related to the occupant of this property. You're not sure what her first name is, and you don't have her telephone number.
I got it on my phone. But
I thought you said you phoned her before you came round.
Unconvinced of his version of who gave him permission to enter the flat, they then ask him what his mobile phone number is.
What's your old phone number?
07983 and then 078 or 83. I'm not sure what it's like that, but I know it's 83 down there.
There's an 8 and a 3 somewhere in the number.
Yeah, at the first 4 digits.
His story is not ringing true, so they decide to search him.
Now, it's quite a bit of money as well, isn't it?
What do you mean by a bit?
Oh, quite a bit of money, as in more than just a little bit. No?
It's not quite, because usually I have 700, 800, that's not quite a lot of money.
You normally carry £700 or £800 around with you. Why is it folded over in...
Because I do kind of things like that.
You do that, do you?
Yeah, that's...
Put that back in your pocket.
No problems.
We search that, Katie. You have.
Why have I got that on me right now? Because this is not my money. I need to pass it on to someone else.
Pass it on to someone else?
Yes.
So it's not your money?
No.
But if it's not his money, whose is it?
I borrowed of my wife's cousin money, and I borrowed it from $2 grand because I bought a car, and I paid them the money, and if I give him this to £300, I still need to give him £1,000 on top.
I'm getting confused, to be honest.
The police's patience is wearing thin, but they give him one more chance to explain what the money is for.
So you've got a car. What's the registration number? You don't know what the registration number is of your car?
The man now appears to have a car, but he doesn't know the registration number and doesn't seem to have insurance. The robbery squad's had enough and the man is arrested. Back at Chelsea's Stamford Bridge football ground, the final whistle is about to blow. Hammersmith and Fulham police are bracing themselves for the fans to come out of the ground.
What happens here is the West Ham and the Chelsea fans all come out and mix. And let's put it this way, they ain't going to send Christmas cards to each other, these fans. So us in the middle there can stop the little cheap shot, a little bit of mucking about.
Slowly, the fans start to emerge. The good news for the police is the final score.
Like I say, it's just come through, it's 1-1. Hopefully that might be mild and we'll see how it goes.
As the minutes tick by, the trickle of fans turns into a flood. The police immediately jump in to pull out potential troublemakers before anything can kick off.
Yeah, you want to be a bit fine, yeah? You keep it still, otherwise we go the other way. Do you understand? You don't do things like that, you don't get it verbal, you keep it still. Do you understand me? Thank you, on your way.
Every time the police see trouble in the surrounding streets, they snuff it out before it can begin.
I ain't going to tell you again, mate, all right?
And they don't hold back in keeping the fans moving along.
Where you going, mate?
I'm on my own.
Don't be stupid, all right? But listen, I know what you're saying.
Others need to be physically shown what to do.
You've been warned twice now, and move on now!
With alcohol fueling the situation, the police again form a human barrier to keep the fans apart.
Just keep an eye on this guy. Can you just, what I want to do here is just make sure this sort of area here, we don't get Chelsea hanging around with people in the queue, yeah? Can you take him down there, Frank? I appreciate that. Spending the night in the cells, all right?
But there is always someone who chances their arm too far. And when they do, they're nicked. One by one, those that kick off are pulled out. For the majority of the fans making their way home, it's been a peaceful match. They are unaware that it was the police's zero-tolerance attitude to troublemakers that kept it peaceful. Coming up, Hammersmith and Fulham police go in hard against the gangs. Get tough on drugs.
I swear to God, I don't know what that is.
Right, to me, that is heroin.
And say no to antisocial behaviour.
I'll tell you what, pissed me off, that's why it's amazing. Like, I'm joking. What are we doing?
Within the 6 square miles of the West London borough of Hammersmith and Fulham, the Metropolitan Police come down hard on anyone who steps out of line. And they're even tougher on gangs and gang members. It is estimated that there are over 150 gangs in London with approximately 5,000 hardcore members. Hammersmith and Fulham's police units show no mercy to any gang member they come across on their patch.
We've got a very positive policy, the way in which we deal with any youth gangs who we know are up to mischief or are troublemakers or thieves. Quite simply, what we do is we suppress them, we get in their face, and we bully them so that they realise they are not the bullies on this area.
Hammersmith Police Station and the drug squad and the TSG are being briefed for a dawn raid. Their target is a suspected gang member who's boasted on the internet about guns and violence.
Linked to the MDP Street gang and is now being linked to the newly formed IOC gang, Intelligence Over Cops or Instruments of Cruelty. Obviously, as you're probably aware, the blue bandana is normally associated with the MDP, and we're told that the IOC are using a black and white one. He flashes firearms. This is down to the fact that he posed on the internet with a firearm. He's rapping about drugs and guns and stabbings.
Under cover of darkness, the TSG, the Metropolitan Police Territorial Support Group, assemble outside the suspect's home. There's no messing about. These boys go in hard. The entry is executed with surgical precision, but the suspect isn't there. Although the police intelligence was good, the house is empty.
Yeah. Well, we've done what we could, mate. We've done all the research that indicated that was what was happening here.
Undeterred, they move on to the next address where another suspected gang member is reported to be living. The element of surprise is essential in any forced entry, and when this elite unit goes in, it goes in fast and loud. But this entry is causing more noise than usual. They've tripped the burglar alarm. The raid is successful. They've caught the suspect and the search is already turning up some interesting items.
I don't like him. No. We found some cannabis in there. Yeah. There's groups, a piece of paper with gang members on. Oh, right. This book about shootings and brilliant. We need to speak to him at the station.
What, is that a bomb?
Upstairs in the subject's bedroom, we found a quantity of cannabis, some digital weighing scales, and some literature indicating that he's involved in gang-related violence, which was what the intelligence we had on him was about anyway. So it's kind of like confirmed that. At this stage, I mean, he's a juvenile, he's been arrested on suspicion of supplying drugs, and he'll be taken back to the police station and interviewed.
This suspect is taken back to the police station for questioning. But they have not given up on the search for the main suspect. Intelligence has now come up with new information on an address where the main suspect gang member might be found. Surrounding the home in West London, the TSG quickly gain entry.
We've got a warrant to search the place, you might have gathered, under the Misuse of Drugs Act. You want to come this way?
The suspect they've been hunting for is quickly taken into another room for questioning.
Come in here and join us, sit on the end of the bed there. A lot of space under. Very quiet this morning, not like the way you come across on your YouTube or MySpace, giving it all the bigging about guns and gangs and all that. Like a church mouse this morning.
Under questioning, the suspect is not as hard as he'd like people to think he is.
So I thought you were a big gang member. You go around in gangs threatening people, and you're starting to cry.
Part of the drug squad's zero tolerance policy is to keep hassling the gang members so that they get the hard message. Pack it in, or they'll take them in.
My advice to you, mate, is you pack the gangs up and you pack the going around bullying people and robbing people. Otherwise, we'll be on your toe again. He's an absolute baby. He gives the impression that he's this big gang member. Portrays himself on bloody MySpace and YouTube. He's crying in there. He collapsed on the bed.
The police also keep up the pressure on gang members by telling the parents what they think their children are up to.
What worries me is who was mixing with. There's photographs in his phone of 2 people that are serving time for murder.
You're just concerned about the people that he's hanging around with. I think you should be as well. Oh, I am, but I think,
Well, you don't seem to be too bothered about it.
He goes to Shepherd's Bush.
Right. Right.
No, he goes to Shepherd's Bush to get young kids to run drugs for him. Okay? He might tell you he's going to see his mother. He's in the street gang and has been for some time. Yeah? Rapping on the internet about knives and guns and shooting people. That's your son. You'd say he goes to Shepherd's Bush, he's all innocent, going to see mum. Oh no, your son is running drugs. That's why we're here.
This youth, and more importantly his parents, have just got the message that Hammersmith and Fulham police will not tolerate gangs. With over 22,000 crimes a year, Hammersmith and Fulham's police are trained to come down hard on anyone they catch committing a crime. Of all the different squads in the borough, the spearhead in the fight against crime are the uniformed response units, known simply as Team.
No worries.
On routine patrol, the Team unit of PC's Emma Hastings and Martin Warnes have just stopped a car for going the wrong way up a one-way street. When questioned, the man seems only too pleased to help them.
My insurance cover. I'm really sorry about that.
It's all right.
One of the reasons that Hammersmith and Fulham police are so good in tackling crime is that they're not easily taken in, as this unusually polite man is about to find out. On checking the car, PC warns find broken up cigarettes and evidence of possible drug use.
Cigarette in your car, stuff like that. So, alright, well, it's all associated with smoking of cannabis, do you see what I mean?
Yes,
so
yes.
That's why I asked. We'll talk about it in a minute if we need to.
While PC Hastings is checking out the man's details, his licence appears suspect.
Have you got a full or a provisional licence?
I've got a provisional licence, but somebody else has added to my...
Where is your L plates?
No, somebody else has added to my insurance,
Where is
and that's who I'm going to wait for.
Where is your L plates at the moment? They're not on the car, okay. Does your passenger have a full driving licence?
No, the person...
Does your passenger at the moment have a full driving licence, therefore?
With no full licence or L plates, PC warns has only one option.
And I have no choice but to seize your car from you, okay?
If the loss of his car is not bad enough, things are about to get even worse.
Been looked in the car, we've spoken about the cannabis issue. You are going to be detained for the purposes of search for drugs, okay, under Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act.
On searching his car, PC Hastings finds something that is about to turn this man's evening into even more of a nightmare.
Martin, that is on the floor outside the driver's door.
Right. What's that, fella?
I don't know what that is. I swear to God, I don't know what that is.
Right.
I swear
I'm just
to God.
asking you what it is.
I swear to God, I don't know what that is. Who's been leaving things in my car? I can't believe this. I swear to God, I don't
But listen,
know.
it wasn't in your car.
Yeah.
It's on the road, literally by your door. So it almost looks as though you've got out, dropped it, and come around the side.
Oh my days! I swear to God, I don't know what that is.
But everyone says that to me, fella. All I'm asking for is a bit of honesty.
Despite the man's denials, PC Hastings checks out the contents of the packet.
Right, to me, that is heroin. Martin, to me, that looks like heroin. Yeah. It's brown powder. It's a small little wrap there. Don't know if you can see that, but it's a slightly sort of brown, sandy colour. If it was cocaine or crack or whatever, it would be a little bit whiter. To me, that looks like heroin. To me, looks a little bit like heroin. But I'm going to arrest you, right, on suspicion for possession of a Class A drug, right, which I believe to be heroin, all right?
What first started out as a routine traffic offence has now turned into something far more serious.
Thanks, Foxtrot 2.
Arrested for possession of a Class A drug, the man is led to the van. His passenger is also being taken to the station. In the search room back at the station, they find that the polite man had 7 wraps of drugs in his underpants. They also found that the address he'd given was false. In the London Metropolitan Police area, there are over 30,000 robberies a year. Figures are falling, but for the elite officers of Hammersmith and Fulham, one robbery is always one too many.
Sheriff H4, we're just down the road.
It's early evening rush hour. PC John Reeves from the Hammersmith and Fulham Robbery Squad is responding to a call from PCSOs, Police Community Support Officers, for assistance.
Hello, mate.
Yeah.
What have we got?
Leave the chap there.
Yeah.
They've stopped a man with a bin bag which contains a laptop, handbag and a wallet which they suspect is stolen. While the man is searched, officers discover that the laptop is still warm and guess it must have been used recently. They also find a digital camera, so the first check is to see if anyone has reported a theft.
Yeah, have you had any reports of any bag snatches, any domestic or residential type burglaries in the last sort of half an hour?
It's a negative, nothing in the last half an hour.
If they are stolen goods, it could be that the owner is still unaware of the theft.
5:30, okay, I'm arresting on suspicion of handling stolen goods. Can you hands out like that for me? I think we're doing 18.5 now, don't you? Yeah.
The officers decide to issue an 18.5, which in police speak allows them to search the man's home. But neither the man nor his daughters want that to happen.
Stand still. Stand still. No, she's not. Just settle yourself down.
I've been collected. No, he's a take the piss.
With the daughters racing off to protect his house, the man still won't accept what's happened and doesn't want them to search his property.
You don't understand, it ain't nothing in my fucking house. You think I'm silly?
Well, then it's no problem then, is it?
There is a problem, yeah.
Why is it a problem?
Because I have neighbours there. That's the problem.
Right. I've just found you in possession of what I believe to be stolen goods, okay? Which is why you've been arrested.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
If you're going to be doing that,
Yeah.
then you're going to expect to have the police on your door, aren't you? Aren't you?
No,
yeah.
no, not really.
Well, yeah, really.
No.
Yeah, really. Because that's just the way it is, isn't it? You know the score as well as I do, fella. If there's nothing in the house, it doesn't matter then, does it? And it won't be a problem, won't be an issue, will it? Right, come on then.
Issue or not, the suspect is arrested and taken to the station.
Happy? Good.
Across the other side of the borough, it's another busy night for Sergeant Chris Penman and PC Ken Ford of the robbery squad. They're searching for a suspect when they get a call for assistance from some colleagues about a man who is kicking off in the street.
Hello, mate. What's up? What's up? Yeah? You're not going anywhere.
Watch out, man. Watch out.
All right, but you're not going anywhere. So just wait a minute,
Explain to you what's happening. Look, freaking food's getting cold, man.
Hey, whoa, where you going? You stand here, all right?
I told you a second ago.
Hold on a
Don't
minute.
touch me.
Calm yourself
Don't
down.
touch me.
Calm,
Look
don't
me, man.
shout
Don't
at
look
me.
down there.
All right, okay.
Don't touch me.
While PC Ford is trying to calm things down, Sergeant Penman has to deal with his friend.
Calm yourself down, mate.
Freaking
If you shout at me one more time, you're going to get nicked.
Nick for what?
For shouting at me. Section 5 public order. You've been warned.
Can't do that hard.
You've been warned.
Time must be friggin' hard.
You've been warned.
Time
Right,
must be
swear at
friggin'
me
hard.
one more time.
All right.
Don't raise your voice.
Stand close to me. You might get chicken in your mouth.
Okay, listen, mate. I'm warning you.
One more.
Don't swear at me.
Hurry up. Just get
Don't
finished.
shout at me.
Hurry up.
The man is pushing his luck, and PC Ford is not going to tolerate his abusive behaviour much longer.
I'll tell you what. You pissed me off. That's why. So, mate.
Right, in it.
No, I'm joking. I want to talk. What are you doing? Mate, I didn't even shout. I wasn't even talking to you. I did not tell you to piss
Yes,
off.
you did. You did.
I did not say piss off.
Yes, you did.
I said I'm pissed off.
You told me to.
Believe me, I want to say that, man. Come on.
Mate, you've had your chance.
Oh,
I warned you on a number of occasions.
All right, I beg you let go now. This is friggin' hurting now, yeah?
Is that better?
Bend forward to sit. Oh, for God's sake. There you go, the van.
As the man is led to the van, he still can't believe he's being arrested.
You'll be nicked.
Are you friggin' serious?
I told you what you've been arrested
Tell me
for.
this is a hoax, mate.
No, mate, it's not a
Tell me
hoax.
this is a friggin' hoax. Friggin' hell.
Okay, mate.
Back at the nick, the man is led to the charge sergeant.
Okay, Sarge, this gentleman's been arrested for Section 5 public order.
Charged and searched, it's been an expensive night out.
He's getting an £80 fixed penalty notice for disorder. If he could just listened to what we'd said, you know, he would have been out of there, gone.
Coming up, police come down hard on the drunk and disorderly. A man who appears to have been viciously beaten up.
So they beat you up in the shop and then you smash the window.
And London's relentless war on drug dealers. Throughout the country, drug use is on the increase, with over 200,000 drug-related arrests every year. But it's Londoners who are most likely to use Class A drugs like heroin and crack cocaine. In taking on the fight against the dealers, Hammersmith and Fulham's police are clamping down on anyone who trades in drugs.
My message to drug dealers anywhere in the boroughs, Hammersmith, Fulham, be aware of the fact that we are on your case and we will continue to hunt you down and put you in prison for as long as we possibly can. We will get you.
Dawn, and officers from the drug squad and the SNT, the Safer Neighbourhood team, are preparing to make a forced entry on a suspected crack den. Silence and the element of surprise as they approach are essential. And when these officers go in, they go in hard, fast, and with the maximum of noise. So fast is the entry that they catch the suspect still in his bed. As each room is reported clear, the drug squad begins to search the house for evidence of drugs.
Have we got a crack pipe here?
Split into teams, the painstaking search begins. Everything that is found is logged and photographed. Soon they start to get results as drug paraphernalia is bagged and brought out.
I don't know why most of them seem to be Martell bottles used to track pipes.
No stone is left unturned, and while the suspect is waiting for his trip to the nick, the sniffer dog arrives to ramp up the hunt. With the dog working his sector, the drug search teams are flushing out more finds.
That's cling film. Well, you'll notice normal cling film wrap would be about that sort of length. What the person's done is they've cut the cling film tube that length. It makes it easier for wraps. Because they're using it for wrapping crack cocaine, basically.
Another officer has found what appears to be drug wraps, and it looks like he's hit the jackpot.
What have we got?
What looks like at least one lottery ticket wrapping around some crack.
Is it crack or just straight coke, you reckon?
Right, granular.
So probably crack.
It's probably crack.
Yeah. Sergeant. Got a wrap.
Alright. So
looks like crack.
Alright. Just open it up to confirm it's powder and that'll do. Yeah, exactly the same as the other one.
So 2 wraps.
More and more items are being brought out to be taken away for evidence. And for the police, it looks like a result in the war against drugs.
Okay, summary so far, we've got 2 wraps of what we think is crack cocaine. We've got various items of drugs paraphernalia, cut cling film, 2 crack pipes. We've also recovered 10 Oyster cards, which we think are stolen, which we're going to check on.
Another weapon that the police have in their fight against the drug dealers is that they can get a house sealed and boarded up to stop it being used by anyone.
Because of what we found here today and speaking to various witnesses, because of the urgency of the case, we're going to take this matter to court tomorrow, hopefully. By the end of the week, this premises will be closed down and will not be available for any crack dealing in the future.
As darkness falls over Hammersmith and Fulham, the uniformed response team of PCs Hastings and Warnes are responding to a 999 about an alleged assault.
We've been called to a coffee shop. It states that they've detained a male inside the coffee shop who's smashed up their shop.
Arriving at the scene, the first thing they see is a man lying in an alleyway.
Oh, what's happened to him?
PC Hastings immediately checks out a nearby coffee shop where there seems to be a trail of broken glass leading from the front door.
Seemingly, the gentleman's gone into this shop, smashed up the window of the door. There's a broken light up there as well, and the other gentleman's cut all his hand. But apparently he came into the shop in the state that he's in at the minute, with blood all over him, so don't really know what's gone on yet.
With the man lying either drunk or injured, it's hard for the officers to find out exactly what has happened.
Why did you smash the window of their shop?
They beat me inside. They beat me inside.
Why would they beat you up?
As all the Met Police are trained to a high level of first aid, PC Warne's first job is to see that the injured man is kept warm. Again, PC Hastings tries to find out what happened to the man.
Where have you been before you went to the coffee shop?
Drinking.
Drinking?
Yeah.
Where were you drinking? At a girl's house?
Yeah.
And why did you try and get in the coffee shop?
Well, I bought a chat.
You did what?
Bought a chat, innit?
You wanted to buy chat? Did you have money to pay for it?
Yeah, I did. I still got money to. And they beat me up.
So then why did you smash their window?
Because they beat me up. And they bring me out and they bring me here. This alleyway and beat me up.
So they beat you up in the shop and then you smashed the window?
Yeah, and they brought me here.
And did what to you here?
They hit me everywhere.
How many of them did it?
4 of them.
4 of them?
So far, it looks like the argument was about buying some chat, a hallucinogenic leaf that is chewed. But while the paramedics prepare the man for hospital, the police will have to wait before they find out exactly what happened.
Well, there's been an altercation in the cafe. Apparently he's gone in, tried to buy some chat or something. Then there's been a fight. They've thrown him out and he's come back and thrown a brick through the main door window. And then they've dragged him down there apparently and beat him up, carried on beating him up. Who knows? Who knows really what went on? He's a bit drunk at the minute, so we're going to take details, follow him up to the hospital and then do some inquiries after that when he's slightly more sober.
With all its pubs, clubs and bars, London is one of the busiest night spots in the country. It has more than its fair share of people who come in to enjoy a drink and have a good time. But over 50% of London's violent crime is linked to drinking. Hammersmith and Fulham's police show no tolerance to anyone who drinks too much in their borough.
As with everything on this borough, we simply will not tolerate antisocial behaviour. So if people are being drunk, violent or abusive on the street and threatening the public, we do what the public expect us to do, which is deal with it and take them off to the police station.
It's late on Saturday night and officers are responding to an incident on a busy West London street. After a long shift, PC's Martin Warnes and Emma Hastings of the team arrive to find a man and a woman screaming that they've been insulted by a passerby.
I get the idea about what he called you, but don't keep repeating it.
Right, don't keep
Trying to stop the woman repeating what she was called only seems to wind up her boyfriend.
If you give details, excuse me. If you give details, I ain't meeting you.
With the man unable to keep his mouth shut, the police decide to separate them so they can find out exactly what has happened.
Right, we need to take your details so we can say we spoke to you, all right? It's a record for us. Just, what's your surname?
Where's he gone then?
He's standing over there. But we need your details as a record to say we spoke to you, all right? That's all we're taking your details for.
As PC Hastings is still trying to get the woman's details, the man appears to rush forward and grab her.
Give him no details, just go, man. You ain't got to...
What are you doing? No! Get away from it! Right, because he just pushed a police officer out the way, right?
Yeah,
for what reason?
After me.
He doesn't do a very good job, does he? He told you if you spoke to one, you'd have to go home on your own. Doesn't care about you that much, does he?
With the woman screaming the odds, the man then tries to headbutt an officer.
Camera do what?
Get on the floor. Get the fuck off me, man. Yeah, please come away,
The police will not tolerate any show of force towards their officers, and having lost his freedom, PC Hastings once again tries to calm the man down.
Don't start talking to your missus because it'll just wind her up even more, all right? Just don't talk to her for a minute. Just stay calm.
But he's not having any of it.
Don't say nothing.
And neither is his girlfriend. So the police have only one option. It's off to the station for the pair of them. Still trying to tell his girlfriend what to do.
Don't say nothing, just tell them.
The man is taken into the station to be charged, all because he couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Come on, Solicitor, come in, don't worry.
Shut up, she can't hear ya.
Shut up, mate.
Coming up on Brit Cops Zero Tolerance, the series. On patrol with the Met Police, some of the most elite crime-fighting squads in the country. We're with the robbery unit as they take on the thieves.
I know your face, and I'm going to be looking out for you now.
And gangs.
Do you know who wears those colours?
We follow the rapid response teams as they put their lives on the line. And take on violent criminals. We're out with West London's drug squad as they take down the dealers. Our cameras capture all the action as these cops capture the criminals. These are the fastest cops in Britain, responding to 999 calls at up to 150 miles an hour. Hunting fugitives, tackling drunks,
I'm not fucking drunk!
catching criminals, and saving lives.
Use your mirrors!
For these elite high-speed units, every second counts. They are Rapid Response. Coming up Armed officers take down a samurai sword-wielding suspect. A mass brawl in broad daylight.
Move away from him now.
Biking at breakneck speeds.
You got any points on your licence at all? We're about to get some.
Drunk and definitely disorderly.
David Powers, please. What a bunch of shitbags.
And an inferno rages out of control. Midnight, Wales. Someone's dialed 999. Rapid response cops are on their way. A man's been attacked with a samurai sword and is being held hostage. This is about as serious as it gets.
The armed response unit making their way there now. Report is still coming in, so sketchy as to exactly what's occurring down there.
Armed cops are at the scene, kitting up as they get ready to storm the house.
There's two males in the property. One is injured and one with the samurai sword.
The life of the hostage could be in danger. An ambulance is on standby.
Another armed response unit coming down to assist. We've got a dog handler en route. Basically all our presence here is now coordinate, keep other members of the public away, and the armed response unit's job now is to go in and try and take the offender out, so to speak.
Across Wales, Dyfed-Powys police are responding to a very different emergency call.
So what's happening down there?
The residents of a flat have called the cops. A drunken man is causing trouble. They've asked him to leave, but he won't go. When rapid response officers Steve Griffiths and Hugh Evans arrive, the man is already being escorted out of the flat by other cops.
Are you alright?
Have a good look.
At first, he's compliant, but he soon kicks off.
Fuck off. You want to arrest that?
Oh, there we are. Yeah.
It seems he's had at least one too many.
Let's go then.
Somewhere, do.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, let's take us home. Is it?
I'm taking you home. You're leaving here, so you go.
Right,
haven't done anything.
no, you're gesturing and you're swearing at us, all right?
All right, we'll go home.
The cops have had enough. They've given him enough chances.
No, it's mine, man.
Yeah, well, you can have it out.
Don't fucking steal it off me, man.
Listen, give me on.
And when he realises he's off to the nick, he goes from swearing to ranting.
David fucking Powers, please, What a fucking load of scumbags. Can you get that on the tape, boy? Huh? David Powers, please. What a bunch of shitbags.
When he gets started, there's no stopping him.
I hope you have. Oh, this is a real criminal, this is. Oh, what a criminal, man. Look at him over there. Really stealing everything in the world. Oh, look at him over there. Hey, Mr. Policeman. Hey.
Police have to deal with offensive outbursts all the time. It's just part of the job and they don't let it get to them.
Yeah.
He's arrested for Section 5 public order and taken to the station to sober up.
Oh, he's not happy then. What's wrong with him? Miserable bugger. Hurry up and wait then.
Back at the siege, armed officers are getting ready to storm the house. Police believe a man is being held hostage by a suspect with a samurai sword and he's wounded. Rapid response officers need to try and find out what's going on inside.
Stop, please.
A witness has come forward claiming to have seen something.
There was blood everywhere. There was blood all over his face and his neck.
It appears that the alleged victim and suspect may know each other.
Then there's little one then, so about that big.
The more the officers learn, the more serious the situation seems.
Swords in there. There's about 6 samurai swords of different sizes inside the property there.
The dog unit has just arrived on the scene. The canine cop is another tactic for the team to use in case officers come under attack. Firing a gun is always the last resort. With everyone in place, it's time to go in. Rapid response cops Richard Lukic and John Jenkins can only wait at a safe distance while they gain entry.
They've gained entry now.
The drama is over in seconds. Officers have taken him down.
Suspect's been arrested. Suspect's been arrested. I'm going to get the ambulance in.
They made their arrest without a single shot being fired, but the samurai suspect didn't come quietly.
I just spoke to the dog handler and he was arrested. He attacked the dog because he turned to the violence of the dog of actually bitten his arm.
The suspect is immediately taken to the station for questioning, while the ambulance crew rush in to treat the alleged victim. They find him conscious, but with blood all over his face. A radio mic picks up the conversation between the alleged victim and the officer.
Threatened to kill me from that.
Like, just been like, fucking, like, what the fuck?
He tests you, and he's got a big text in the back of your head. Make it still now.
It seems he's been very lucky. His injuries could have been much worse.
Basically, the paramedics are trying to convince him to go with them to hospital for treatment. He's got a nasty wound to the back of the head that needs stitching and a little laceration to the bridge of the nose. Very jittery. If I'd just been attacked by somebody with a samurai sword, I suppose I would be as well.
He eventually agrees to be seen in hospital, and despite his head wounds, he manages to walk to the ambulance.
The bloodstained sofa and the swords, if you don't mind.
Inside, the house is a mess, with bloodstains on the sofa.
So basically, there's the scene of the assault there.
Officers have searched the house from top to bottom and found what could be the weapon used in the attack. It turns out to be just one of many.
So you've got 4 samurai swords. You know, obviously it's blunt, but it's still enough of an edge there to cause somebody injury. As you saw, the victim who's just gone out. So that's basically one of those being allegedly used in the assault on the victim and caused the injuries to his head. Yeah.
The injured man seems to have had a lucky escape, but he doesn't want to take things any further.
End result is basically he's obviously been assaulted by his mate, who he doesn't want to grass up. He's divulged that he's been hit over the head with a samurai sword and doesn't really want to cooperate with police at this stage.
Coming up, a lunatic on a bike.
Looks like he's going for another overtake on the inside.
A blaze threatens to engulf a farm.
Got it down to see if anyone was down here in the house, knocking and shouting.
And the carnage after a violent street fight.
There's been information that you may have a weapon on you.
In Wiltshire, a rapid response cop is answering a call at 100 miles per hour. A mass brawl is in progress, and worse still, the police are outnumbered.
You've got fights ongoing up in that area. It sounds like they're needing extra bodies there, so we're going to get there and see what we can do to help out. So we're just coming up on the area now. So. Where do you need me?
Please take you to my mate. He's got a gash in his head.
It sounds like at the moment we've got groups of people fighting in relation to, we don't know what. I'm trying to find out what's going on.
Up to 20 youths have been running riot with weapons including metal bars.
No top on's got a mallet. Can we just do a quick search, make sure he hasn't?
You got anything on you you shouldn't have at all? Yeah, you've just got a lighter on you. Okay, I'm just going to pat you down very quickly because there's been information that you may have a weapon on you.
Like the main one in the white hat, he's the one who kicked it off in the first place.
A, shut up. B, I've got a first aid kit, I'll help him, okay?
Yeah, what about if I fucking pass out then, mate?
The dangers we face is we've got multiple people around here. The tempers and emotions are very high, and you just don't know when someone else is going to explode.
Move away from him now!
I'll help him.
One lad says he's been hit over the head with a mallet. Time for PC J. Clifton to turn medic, but the lad is not having any of it.
Okay. What he's going to do...
I've got right.
Have a look at your head for me. I'll tell you what, if you don't want me to look at your injury, that's fine, fella. 2 seconds, just over there for me. Yeah, well, that's what I've been trying to do, isn't it?
I know.
Finally, he gives in. Even a tough guy knows when he needs help.
What I need you to do for me is I'd like you to sit down, okay? Yeah? That's it, all the way down for me. There we go, that's better. All right? The reason I'm getting you to sit down is you have got quite a nasty cut on the back of your head. All right? Is that too tight?
No,
you all right with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They might be wounded, but the police know they're all suspects in a serious fight.
Sure. I'm getting this kid done for assault, man. Yeah, some kid from Swindon, man, just started attacking us.
All right.
This could be more sinister than a mass punch-up. It could be gangs embroiled in an ongoing war.
The Swindon lot, man, bunch of pussies, to be fair.
How'd you do this one then, buddy?
This one on my leg?
Yeah.
Oh, nah, me and him, it wouldn't. Yeah, me and him would try jumping the barbed wire fence.
And the barbed wire won?
No, yeah.
Not very good.
The deep gash on his head will need stitches. He's not the only injured party, though. First aid trained PC Clifton is needed elsewhere.
How are you feeling at the moment? Bit dizzy. You've got a nice bump coming up on the side of the head there, okay?
It seems PC Clifton may have missed his calling. His bedside manner is winning everyone over.
Why are you shaking? Because your nerves are going all over the place and you've just been through God knows what.
While PC Clifton makes sure no one else is injured, other officers are scouring the fields looking for weapons. One has already been found, a mallet. And until they know who is responsible, they're all being taken to the Nick.
I've done my bit, the medical bit, and I will leave everyone to it.
Out on the roads, a rapid response unit is on patrol in one of the team's unmarked cars. And it's not long before PC Adrian Giles spots a motorbike travelling at lethal speeds. What you're watching is the Cops onboard camera. It's an essential part of the rapid response unit kit. The biker has no idea his illegal antics are being recorded.
Right up behind the car, silver Mondeo, he's doing between 85 and 90 just at the moment. We've just got to get up to 100 mile an hour to catch him up, so we'll get an appropriate place and have a word in a minute. I've got a feeling he's going to overtake that Mondeo in a minute.
And that's exactly what he does, dangerously undertaking before tailgating the next car.
Following him for about a mile and a half now. Doing it steady between 90 and 100 miles an hour. Then he's slowing down when he's getting bumped by other traffic. Looks like he's going for another overtake on the inside. Just seen the lorry in front, so he's giving that one up. There's it, there he goes.
PC Giles has seen enough. The blue lights go on and he floors it. But even then, it takes him a while to catch up with the speeding biker.
sir?
I'm late to see my daughter in a play and it's really sorry.
It's not really appropriate speeds and travel there, is it?
I should know better as well.
I should know better. I've been behind you now for probably about 2.5, 3 miles. I've been constantly behind you, then overtook on the inside twice. Right, in relation to this, I'm going to have to report you for these offences. Is this your motorcycle? Have you got any points on your licence at all? You're about to get some.
He says he's late to watch his daughter's play. Not a valid excuse. And this man has more reason than most to abide by the letter of the law.
So I know better, I'm bloody special.
Are you really? Yes, you should know better.
I really am.
He's a special constable, a part-time policeman, volunteering every week in and around his day job. The man is absolutely gutted. He's getting a fixed penalty, a £60 fine and 3 points on his licence.
Since I was 16. I don't know, it's stupid age when you see people doing it, oh, it's stupid doing that. And then you think, oh, I've got to get a move on, I'm a bit late. Every week I'll speed occasionally.
Yep. It always amazes me when I stop people for various offences, speeding being one of them, they say, it's the first time I've ever speed. No, it's the first time you've ever been caught. Take it steady. I don't like taking people's licences, but I also don't like scraping people up off the road.
I know.
All right? Nice bike, keep it in that shape, all right?
Yeah,
take it steady. All right? Take it steady, pulling it, okay? Thanks very much.
David Powis rapid response officers are working the night shift. Someone has called 999. They say they've seen a man in the dark with a knife. The cops are already on their way.
Time is of the essence. A couple have found a male in their garden. He's wearing a black mask of some sort and he's brandishing, threatening them with a 9-inch knife. Yeah, okay.
But when they arrive, there's no sign of him. It looks like he's done a runner.
Oh, mate, he raised his head again.
But one of the rapid response officers thinks they may know who he is. It's back on the road again.
No, he's been arrested for that before.
They know where he lives, so that's where they head.
From 10:12 with 11:27, we'll head towards his address now.
When they get there, armed response cops are already at the scene. The mention of a weapon guarantees their presence.
Yeah, we're going to make sights in this. Night sights, yeah.
No one knows what to expect, and they can't take any chances.
The gate is on the furthest point there. So the first vehicle up, we're going to the gate. Second vehicle up, going holding his lay-by and see if we can get round the blackface.
They prepare for the worst.
Waiting for instructions now.
Out on patrol, another rapid response car is racing to get to a serious fire at a farm. PC Die Blockwell and PC Mark East know it must be big. They can smell it before they can see it.
Yeah, you can start smelling it now. We'll see whether or not there's anyone in danger, whether premises need to be evacuated, and then we'll try and find out what has started the fire. Is it an innocent incident, or has it been started deliberately?
As they turn the corner, they're confronted with this. The fire is raging. A huge barn is going up in smoke before their eyes.
Are you alright?
The barn is used for storing hay, feed for the animals. No one knows how the fire started, but it's caused thousands of pounds worth of damage and has spread fast.
Oh Christ, it is close to it, isn't it? There's nobody in the house at the moment. Main worry obviously is farm animals, quite close proximity to the fire.
Officers must be sure that the animals are safe. Just a few minutes and this fire could have had disastrous consequences. With the nearest neighbours half a mile away, it was lucky that it was detected before it was too late.
could see the, glow.
I came running down to see if anyone was down here in the house.
Yeah.
Knocking and shouting, no one's in. So I just waited then.
So I don't know where they are. My other half is out.
The rapid response officers need to find out where the owners are. They could be trapped in the building.
What the fire brigade is saying is that if the stack of bales of hay falls, it's going to fall onto that property.
The danger isn't over yet. The fire is still out of control. The blazing bales of hay are unstable. They could topple onto a nearby building. Coming up, a suspected drugs bust.
Step away from the car.
And a man goes crazy in custody. In Wales, the barn inferno is still raging.
There's just another tender's just arrived just to help and try and control the fire. And I think they've asked for another 1 or 2 as well.
It's a working farm. Dozens of animals, all living just yards from the burning barn, are now out of danger.
All the livestock is out to the immediate area, so that's safe. So we just let the fire brigade really do their thing. They should get on top of it.
They're still trying to make attempts to get hold of the owner. Just trying to find a telephone number.
The blaze has now attracted concerned residents from nearby.
We're heading towards it.
They're still out of it.
Oh no, the 2 ponies are in the field.
Where's the ponies?
In the field? In the barn, just the other side of that trailer.
Oh, I'm shaking.
Okay.
Oh, I'm shaking.
It's a bit of a shock.
Oh, where's the dead?
The owners of the farm are away and have no idea of the devastation they'll be coming home to.
When are they due back?
Tomorrow. We haven't phoned and told them.
No.
Something strange has happened there.
That's exactly what station manager David Hancock is here for.
No.
He's leading the investigation to find out if this could be arson.
Whether you see any sort of vehicles or anything leaving the scene or anything at all like that?
No,
nothing like that. Okay, fine. Open to suggestion at the moment, really. Hay does have a propensity to self-ignite. It's a bit too early to say whether it's just that or whether there might be other factors at work.
The fire crew is carrying out what they call a controlled burn, allowing the flames to die out of their own accord while making sure it doesn't spread.
No, fire brigade, that is. Nothing much you can do, really, is there?
Not really, no.
The rapid response officers are no longer needed, but always one to try to be useful. PC Mark East appoints himself head of refreshments.
Go on, yeah, get it.
Hey, I'll be mother.
I hope there's any digestives big enough.
Yes, he knows what he's good for.
I have my uses.
Fortunately, there's nothing else that we can really do at the moment. Taking advantage then of a nice brew. Nice. And I'm just going to allow it to burn down now.
It turned out that the fire wasn't started deliberately. The fire service believe that the hay spontaneously combusted. Back out on the hunt for the suspected knife man, the rapid response team gets some news over the radio.
He's nicked him.
Colleagues have just nicked a man half a mile away. The team hit the gas.
He's been detained by our inspector, but obviously we're getting back there now because of the mention of the knife.
No weapon or balaclava has been found. The cops need to find out what's happened and fast.
sorry, don't grab hold of me.
Watch your head on the way.
Don't grab hold of me.
on, just hold your head again, okay?
The suspect is being given a grilling in the back of a police car.
So what were you doing at the end down there then?
What end? That's what I told
Just when I saw you, what were you doing?
When?
When I saw you, what were you doing?
How do I know when you saw me?
The man has a strange excuse for being in the area in the middle of the night.
And the reason I was down there anyway, to be honest with you, was because I was dropping off a fucking hedge cutter.
Police think that something is going on. Whatever the truth is, one thing the cops know for certain is that this man has definitely had a drink.
Where's your car, mate?
My car?
Yeah.
My car's just approved.
What car have you got?
Don't drink and drive, that's not how it works. And that's no word of lie, right?
The man claims his dad dropped him off, but with his car up the road and no sign of his dad, the cops suspect that there is more to this story.
Probably why Park stuff, yeah.
I just I can't get over your car being just up there, and this about your dad driving it down on your behalf. It just seems very
The
strange.
case needs to be examined in the cold light of day, and that means a night in the nick.
You're now under arrest on suspicion of affray and possession of an offensive weapon. All right, do you understand?
I understand, and it's fucking full of shit to me. Fucking hate police now. Fucking hell, police piss me off lately. Piss taking this.
Back at the station, instead of cooling off, the man is kicking off. CCTV cameras inside the cells capture his every move.
He's gone a bit nuts when we brought him back into custody now. So we had to put him straight into a cell. Forcibly, me and Matthew here forcibly had to remove his clothing. Just constantly kicking and smashing at the door, so we're out to search his clothing and we'll seize it just in case there's any evidence of the offence that we're looking into on his clothing.
Police think the best course of action is to leave him to calm down, but that doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon. Working the day shift in Newtown, Wales, rapid response officers are dealing with a problem that has become more and more common on British roads.
Routine stop check, he's got no insurance, what it says on our system is he's got no insurance. So.
Their car is fitted with automatic number plate recognition, ANPR. This high-tech equipment is another weapon in the rapid response armoury. Onboard cameras are linked to a nationwide database which instantly tells the cops if a car is dodgy. It's just told them that this one is.
It's just showing that there's no insurance held on our system. You've got insurance then, have you?
Well, yeah, I should have.
Your insurance, do you pay it annually or monthly? Have you been paying all the instalments? Where are you off to now?
I went to Manchester.
Where are you going to Manchester? Are you off on holiday or?
No, we're just going up there for the day.
The driver claims that he does have insurance. It's up to the officers to double check.
I find that quite often these days, that the direct debit is cancelled, therefore the insurance isn't valid. So we're just double checking on that. If he doesn't have insurance, the vehicle will be seized.
It may seem like a minor offence, but uninsured drivers injure 23,000 people every year. It's estimated that there are 2 million uninsured drivers on the roads.
But hopefully for you, it'll come back and you'll be in it. Otherwise, Manchester, you won't be going to Manchester.
Confirming whether the lad's covered is a slow process. It doesn't matter how high-tech the cop's onboard kit is. No one can escape the curse of the call centre, not even the police.
Sorted?
I tell you when I actually get to speak to a human being. I'm on hold.
Back at the Nick, another rapid response team are getting ready for action. Tonight, they're on the lookout for possible drug carriers.
A lot of guys coming over in groups from the valleys, in groups of about 10, 20. They'll pitch up in the campsites for the weekend, bring the lamb fit, crack, coke in with them, and consume it with vast quantities of alcohol and then cause a bit of mayhem.
And it's not long before they see a car which raises their suspicions.
If we put the blue lights on, the main aim for us is to stop the vehicle and get up alongside them as quickly as possible before they get a chance to stash any gear. As we pull to a stop now, I know you've got a can of beer in your hand, okay, but your hand was going up and down like that, like if you're pulling something down your trousers or your pants. Have you got any gear on you down your pants?
With over 40 years experience between them, these cops know when people have something to hide.
Okay, can you step to the back? Okay, I don't want you to put your hands up or nothing like that. Have you got any sharps on you? Okay, no. Have you got any syringes, anything like that?
No, but nothing like that.
Nothing like that at all.
The men don't confess to having anything illegal on them, but it doesn't take long for PC Owen Dillon to find something suspicious.
Now, let go of that hand and slowly lift it out with your finger and then give it to me. Slowly, thank you. Now put your hands behind your back again and don't move, all right? Okay, you've got obviously a number of items there believed to be controlled drugs. You're now under arrest for potentially controlled drugs, right? You don't have to say anything. It may harm your defence. You don't mention when questioned.
Inside the box is what looks like a stash of drugs.
Stand at the back of the car.
This man's not going anywhere. They now turn their attention to the car.
Just step away from the car until he's finished searching, all right?
Nothing else is found, but with a haul of suspected drugs this size, the officers are suspicious. They all need to go to the station.
Not the moment. All I want you to do in the moment is put your hands out, thumbs up.
Even though they're suspects in a serious situation, all they can think about is opening another can of beer.
So yeah, no, not for you, but.
I can have one, can I?
Huh?
I can have one.
No, when we get back, we don't want you drinking now, okay, when you're with us, because you're going to come in the car with us, okay? So we just want you, like, quite sterile.
But the party is over. It's back to the nick. And it's here that the full extent of the haul is revealed.
Obviously, I've seized the box containing a number of items I believe to be controlled drugs. What I need to do now is actually sort of separate them into different bags for each type of drug. We've got a powder, quite a few pills, and quite a few pills as well.
With this quantity of possible drugs, the cops are suspicious of its intended use.
Deciding whether we're going to further arrest them for possession with intent to supply the controlled drugs, or this is for him for the weekend. So we're just sort of seeing what we've got here and looking at the quantities.
The drug seizure will need to be sent off for analysis. These lads have a lot of questions still to answer. Back out on the streets, PC Matthew Price is still on hold. He's trying to contact the insurance company to determine whether this driver is covered.
He's produced a certificate of insurance.
Finally, he gets through.
I just want to check that the policy's still in force, if that's possible.
And it's not good news for this youth and his girlfriend.
Your insurance company says your policy was cancelled on the 13th of May this year.
They're saying that you phoned up to cancel with them.
In as such, there's no insurance for you to drive this vehicle, okay? So what's going to happen now is your vehicle is going to be seized in the section 165 of the road traffic.
They say they still need to get up to Manchester, but they won't be doing it in this motor. Before they try and get anywhere, the driver needs to be interviewed and cautioned.
That vehicle off you. It'll be seized off you. You'll then be charged for a recovery fee by the agency, and they also charge you a daily storage fee. Okay, so you need to get. It's around £15 a day for storage, and it's about £100 and something for recovery.
I've got recovery.
It's not recovery. You haven't got insurance.
Yeah, but
and it's not recovery because you've broken down. It's recovery because technically you haven't got insurance in force in the first place.
This lad has made a costly mistake.
Still with me. I haven't got insurance.
Much more expensive than getting insurance in the first place. His second, perhaps even more costly mistake, he may have just ruined his girlfriend's budding modelling career. They weren't just on a day trip to Manchester, he was driving her to a job interview, and it's now looking very unlikely that she'll make it in time.
Holiday or?
No, I'm just going to go to my model agency.
Oh, right.
And there's a casting from London, to do like a TV show, so it's quite important for me. So.
Oh dear. Well, they're going to be in a bit of trouble then.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like she may have to settle for a supporting role in her boyfriend's drama. But with the car out of action, there's always the train.
Just to let you know, you're going to miss the train by, well, the train's gone now. The last train out of here.
Or maybe not.
She didn't look very happy.
The car is towed away. If he doesn't collect it, it could be crushed. Just like his girlfriend's dream of TV stardom.
Lads, come here.
Coming up, on the run with something to hide.
Come here. Right. What have you chucked in here? Nothing. Don't give me nothing. I saw you chucked in here. What have you chucked in here, mate?
And a spooky search for a wanted man. It's the dead of night, and rapid response cops are on the hunt for a wanted man.
There's an old derelict building down here, which we believe is used as a bit of a DOS house for some of our undesirables in Newtown. Oh, it's all smashed up now.
The man has skipped bail. He's wanted on 2 counts of assault. He could be dangerous. They approach with caution. They're obviously not welcome guests.
There's a syringe packet.
Upstairs now.
Upstairs it is. As you can see in this room, it's just strewn with graffiti, cider, beer, smashed bottles. It's only the bathroom, I think, isn't it?
They search every corner of the house. The threatening graffiti sends out clear messages.
Again, it's the same in that room, just covered in beer tins and bottles everywhere.
That's all clear through there.
Yeah.
Have you done that all there?
The house is a wreck. But rapid response cops Carl Danson and Aaron Waring have seen all this before. In fact, amazingly, this is better than most DOS houses they've come across.
Put new windows in and stuff, and new carpets.
I have been here through the house previously, and you can just see used syringes, tins and bottles.
And everything.
So we think some of our local drug users and abusers of alcohol just use this as a place to come. And maybe some of the kids just to graffiti and smash all the windows.
But the suspect isn't here tonight, and nor is anyone else. For PC's Danson and Waring, it's on to the next job.
2 kids down there.
Out on patrol, another rapid response team spots 2 kids on the run. Officers give chase.
Lads, come here.
The 2 lads don't seem to want to stop, but they don't get far.
Come here. Right. What's going on?
I'm trying to find my mates.
What have you chucked in here?
Nothing.
Don't give me nothing. I saw you chucked in here. What have you chucked in here, mate?
You shot Tom?
Oh.
keys. I think that is my keys.
Why would you chuck your keys away for?
I don't know. Why have you chucked your keys?
What have you chucked in here? It's more than your keys, mate.
No, I swear to God.
So why would you want to chuck your keys for?
I don't know. I think...
The officers have a quick search and think they found what these kids were trying to hide.
The beer can?
No, we're not.
Mate, if it's a beer can, I wouldn't give it to the Flying Hoots. You're probably underage as well, are you?
Yeah.
It's hardly the crime of the century, but a run-in with the cops has left these two young boys quite shaken.
Have you chucked anything else away here?
No.
Just a beer can?
Yeah. I found it earlier.
So why did you lie to me then?
I'm scared.
Why?
I don't know. I found a beer can and I thought, alright, and I'll just pick it up and see what happens.
Okay,
so it's a disgusting thing to do, but I thought it's a clever thing to do at the time.
You probably appreciate that your actions are quite suspicious as well, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I get that.
Running through town,
see young kids running through town, I get that.
PC Miriam Evans disposes of the evidence.
Been drinking then?
Well, we had a few at a barbecue, like.
Okay. You smell the alcohol.
Now it's just a quick search and a stern word for these two.
What I advise you, gentlemen, is
Yeah.
that it's now going on 2:30 in the morning. You're far too young to be out and about.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your parents wouldn't be, well, as happy. They'd prefer that either you were tucked up safely or where you said you were going to be.
Yeah, we're sorry
The
about
alcohol's gone.
Yeah.
Both of you take some advice. Go home.
Right. Yeah, it's
Typically it was just mucking around, having a bit of fun. Probably all been there, done that ourselves, really. Possibly all the alcohol, though. Maybe not.
Coming up on Britcop's Rapid Response, the all-new police action series. We're on board with the fastest cops in Britain. The elite squads fighting frontline crime.
Get out! Get out!
At breakneck speeds. We're with them as they pursue dangerous criminals, lunatic drivers,
You got 110.
and drunks on the road.
Have you been drinking?
And we watch them come down hard on violence and mayhem. Our cameras capture the action while these cops catch the criminals.